So 1083s, you played recently with that there Coastal Fire Department in London, didn't you?
We sure did, yeah. Hope and Anchor a couple of weeks back. Yeah, our first time in London and our first time playing with a band from Guernsey as well.
Yeah, the good lads. I went to see them.
Good lads, really good
They
lads.
played here. We used to do a festival. We stopped doing it now. And me and my wife went over to Guernsey. Oh, hang on a minute. I better put you on screen, Anna, because I brought you on screen and it's just me chatting. There you go, people. That's what he looks like. It's Nathan.
Look at all that hair.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. That'll be good in the rain. And then we went over to Guernsey to see the lads. They put a gig on at one of the key locations in Guernsey, which was great. And they also sponsored the show, which is nice. We played your track earlier on, Bare Minimum. We likes it.
It's a good one.
It is a
I
good.
have to say, if I don't say so myself.
You've got to say so for yourself. Now, there's something I need to ask you because this is a dead serious show. Do you know what I mean? And all the questions are dead serious. But there is one thing I'm going to have to ask you. And it says the band's name originated from a friend's friend. I want to know which band member the friend was. Psychedelic Ramble at Glastonbury, where he mentioned seeing 1080 trees while tripping on magic mushrooms, which Nathan found hilarious. So we can rule you out as being the one saying. Well, anyway, it's up to you. That friend, that's one of the band, that, isn't it? It's got to be one of the band. It's got to be one of the.
It's actually not. No, it's before the band was even formed. We had the name before there was any other band members, believe it or not.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So you're up in Newcastle-upon-Tyne.
That's correct, yes.
Excellent. There's quite a few bands coming from there recently. There's a good bit of sound coming from that part of the world.
Yeah, got a bit of a purple patch at the minute, I think. Yeah, it wasn't that way when I was a bit younger.
Yeah, Fog on the Tyne and all that. Yeah, we remember that.
I'm a bit younger than that, but yeah, that was a bit before my time. But it is a band.
I'm not. I remember it well. Yeah. So what else have we got to say about you? So that yeah, it's good that you played with the band. We love them to bits. They sponsor the show and they're really good lads, as we've said. Tell us a bit about the band then.
So we've been going since 2018. We're formed of a couple of lads out of uni. We're doing a little bit of a lineup change right now, but we're still going strong. Got music coming out in the next month or so. Back in the studio in June. So yeah, it's all still going quite strong at the minute. Yeah, a lot going on in the world of 1080 trees. Not so much happening overground, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes. As is a lot of the case with a lot of bands. You know, you see all the stuff on social media, but we're peddling like mad behind the scenes a lot of the time.
Yeah, and I'm sure you are, and I think a lot of people don't. They only see the end result, don't they, on the CD music? And oh yeah, great, you produce that, but that's like hours and weeks and months of rehearsing, practicing, pulling your hair out, whatever it is, to get to that point.
And there's so much more emphasis on the DIY side of things these days as well. So, you know, everyone in the band has more than just the duty of playing the music these days. You know, you've got like the in-house social media manager, and you've got the in-house art manager and things like that. And it's everyone's just pooling all of their expertise as best as they can. So yeah.
No, that is great because I think a lot of bands miss that they do need to be. You've got to be everywhere now, haven't you? You've got to do that social media stuff because everywhere everyone's getting bombarded daily with doom scrolling and music or whatever it is, and you need to do stuff to capture their attention because otherwise they just go past you. No matter how good you are, if you're not out there promoting, it's just pointless, isn't it? Really.
Absolutely. And Coastal Fire Depot are a really good example of that. They're all over social media. I see them posting pretty much every day, not every other day. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, they do. And it's entertaining stuff as well. And
yeah, it's really good stuff.
Stuff to draw you in. Ozzy's favourite snare drum, that's a classic. If you've ever seen that, it's brilliant. It's a feature they do. He's got loads of snare drums. They're all in a container, and he's like, "This is my favourite." Like every week's a different one. It's amazing. The bloke's nuts. He's got about 4 drum kits, and God knows how many snare drums. He's unbelievable.
Oh, I'll have to keep an eye out for that one.
And that's what I picked up from the when you play your track on Spotify. You're all in dungarees. What's the rationale behind that? You're not all Super Mario fans, are you? Or
no, we're not all painted decorators.
Dexy's Midnight Runners. Are you trying to bring that
great?
back?
Well, great band, but no, there's no correlation there, unfortunately. So we like to have a bit of a uniform after a while. We're like, I want to look all like we're part of like a gang on stage. So the original idea was boiler suits. We wore boiler suits for years, and it was like the turquoise blue color because all of our artwork and things like that, it's like black, white, and a turquoise blue. So everything was going to be in that color scheme. So it's like, okay, well, we need our stage outfits to be the same color. So got these turquoise. Well, I bought white boiler suits and dyed them turquoise blue myself, DIY again.
Nice.
And then from there, we decided that these are really too warm to wear on stage. They're okay in the winter, but you get summertime, you're about 5 songs in and you're about to evaporate. So we decided to go for the dungarees instead because there's a little bit more room to breathe in those.
Yeah.
So since mid last year, we've been rocking the dungarees, and it's been a welcome change for the perspiration department.
I like it. You can always. I think what chefs do when it's really hot in the kitchen, they use a bit of corn flour and it dries everything out. So,
oh really?
Yeah,
I'll have to bear that. I might have a little corn flour on stage.
Down the particulars, dries it all out, and you're all right. So yeah, but I believe so. I've picked that up from the TV. Been getting slagged off. Let's see him then because he wasn't on screen at start. That's great. There you go. So what disasters? I like this question. Disasters on stage or on a tour? Have you what springs to mind?
Disasters on stage. I think that one of the earliest ones that I've got is that we're on stage, and I think we're one song into the set, and you've got your hydration station on stage, you've got your glass of water. I would recommend a bottle of water after this story, but like the drummer had his big jug of water next to him to stay hydrated. Within the first song, he snapped a stick. I think he threw his drumstick on the ground. It went straight in this big jug of water, and it fell over and just flooded the stage for us. So like for the rest of the set, for the rest of the half an hour that we were on stage, me and the bass player were just like desperately trying not to set with necks on stage. So I think what I would suggest in that is maybe have a cup holder on your drum kit, maybe. A little investment maybe for drummers out there. But if you're going to snap your stick and just freely throw it into the crowd or at one of your band members for that matter, just be careful. You might hit something important or something more dangerous first.
Well, you could have blew the amps up, and that'd have been.
Well, that's what I was going to say as well. Yeah,
game over.
Could have short circuited everything in the venue because lights could have went out and all sorts.
What a nightmare!
That's one that springs to my mind. That's a very vivid and core memory of being in 1080 trees.
So cup holders for drummers out there. Remember that. That's
absolutely.
Kev B's been on. He says, "What's the songwriting process? Is it title first or after?" Oh, that's it. I like that. That's interesting.
Ooh. Well, you see, I'm always thinking of like funny titles and all that to come and like put on your songs, but I think for the most part, the titles come last.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah, or I'll try and weave a title into the song. Once I've got the song, I'm like, could I put this little quirky phrase into a song somewhere? So probably a bit of both, but I'd say afterwards, definitely. Yeah, the song title comes. But yeah, you can't help but just like note things down as you're going about your day, like things that you see written down and go, wow, that would make a great song title or a great band name or a great album title. And they all kind of sit there subconsciously, I think. So
yeah, I get you. I have mad ideas which not music related, but things all get into mind. I think, you can call it this, you can call it that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant. Let's see if there's any more questions. So how many's in the band for everyone out there? So at least they know, not 1080 trees, not 1080. How many's in the band?
There's not 180 of us. No, that would be a bit too hard to organise a rehearsal. There's only 3 of us. Yeah, there's 3 band members: drums, bass, and guitar.
Nice.
Drummer sings a bit as well. And he's probably the best singer in the band, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because you can get quite a large sound with three musicians, can't you?
I prefer it that way. I feel sometimes there's too many cooks spoil the broth in music, and I think certainly live, playing at our kind of level, you can just turn everything up to the hilt, and then no one's drowning everyone else out. You've just kind of got the bare necessities. You've got the bare minimum of what you need, and everyone can just go hell for leather, and it sounds big and massive and very entertaining on the ears.
Yeah, because sometimes, especially if you're live, if you've got keyboard players and you've got this and you've got that, it can get a bit lost, can't it? On a track, studio track, you can bring all those elements in, but I think sometimes it can get a bit lost. Now, when we've done stuff here, and we've got some on keyboards, we've got some on something else, you've got 6 or 7 people on the stage. It's like, oh my god, this is getting a bit. It's all getting mashed together. So
very soon it's get messy, yeah. And,
yeah.
You're making the sound engineer's life easier as well. When you turn up and there's only 3 of you and you haven't got like backing tracks and all of this going on, you're probably going, oh, praise the Lord,
Yeah,
praise
exactly
the 1080 Lord,
right.
1080 trees are here.
Having put 2 on here, it's the same. And then if a band come in, there's just like if there's one person with a guitar and he's singing, do you know what? That is just, you could plug 2 things in. Yeah, your guitar sounds all right. Your backing track, his backing track. And yeah, let's go. Bosh. 2 seconds, he's set up. Do you know what I mean? But you've got everything else, you've got to do all the individual stuff. And it's absolutely, it drives you insane. It's really difficult. Dead easy to mess up as well. Let's see if we've got anything else on here. Here we go. Favourite guitar. An ultimate dream guitar. Oh, I like that. That's from a guitarist, obviously. What's your favourite guitar and what would be your ultimate dream guitar?
I wish I had it here. I've got a different guitar sat next to us right now, but my dream guitar is actually a guitar that I own.
Oh.
And I've had it since I was a teenager. Like, it's a red special Gibson SG, a red Gibson SG special, should I say? And I've had it since I was probably about 13, 14. And yeah, just, do you know when you just pick up, well, I don't know, people might not know this and I might start sounding pretentious here, but I feel like you just pick up an instrument sometimes and you feel the magic in it. And you feel like, yeah, I'm going to write some great songs on this. I picked that up when I was like dead young and I was like, yeah, this is the guitar for me.
Nice.
I probably don't need another guitar now. And I've been playing it ever since. I've bought other guitars in the meantime, like not many, but like I've got a Telecaster sat next to us here. Like this one here, a little yellow Telecaster, mustard yellow Telecaster.
Nice.
And I quite like playing that one, but nothing compares to the red SG. That's just like, it's got the magic in it. Yeah, it's got the music already in it, and you're just kind of tapping into that magic. I feel when you.
I like that. I think if people don't, I don't play guitar, and there'll be lots of people who don't play guitars or an instrument, but they can relate that to something else, can't they? Whatever it is you're into in life. I ride motorcycles. I'm mad on motorcycles. I do it for a job. I own several, and I get on, and you just get off what I know what you mean, because I can get on a bike brand new that I've never ridden before and go, oh my god, this is just amazing. And I've never been near it. So I kind of get it. I get it, but I've never think I'd love to play the guitar, but I've tried and it's not happening. So I'd like
There's still time for a soul cake.
I'd like a steel guitar because I'm into my country music as well. I'd love a steel guitar.
One of the lap steel kind of resonator things. Yeah, they look beautiful.
But as a piece of art, but they're about £700,000. I'm thinking, ooh, that's a bit expensive, but maybe one day I'll buy one, stick it on my wall, and just look at it and just polish it every now and then. But I love them.
That's the thing as well. Like, I feel like you don't need to spend the earth on a guitar for it to be like the one. Like this guitar that I'm talking about here, that I've got, which is my dream guitar that I own. Lucky me. It only cost about 400 quid, which is still a lot of money. But like, when you see the price that guitars go for, like you can spend thousands of pounds on a guitar. But I'm very happy with my £400 one,
and that's good.
That's the trick.
That's good because it's like a lot of stuff. You pay for quality. So if you spent, I don't know, 50 quid on a guitar, it's potentially going to be whatever. And it doesn't always correlate. The expense is giving you back what you want. If you feel comfortable with that equipment or whatever it is, then it doesn't really matter. And you're going to play. You get used to things, don't you? You get used to how that plays or that operates, which is, just becomes part of you, which is great. So if you feel like that. Oh, someone's been on. Has Smoking Eskimo been played? Yes, it has. But we will be posting this show not for long after this, so you can listen to it then. Because we had some exclusives on tonight, see, some unreleased tracks. So I'm not playing it again. Janice has said maybe we'll play at the end of the show. All right, stick around. We'll play at the end of the show.
Stick around.
I normally ask this question when all the band's together, but I'm going to ask you, which might be unfair. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which band member would die first?
Probably me, because I'm the most, I don't want to say lazy, but just like I'm too positive, I think. I think that's my problem. I'm not pessimistic enough to survive a zombie apocalypse. Like I feel like if I was a bit more like this will definitely go wrong. This will definitely go wrong, as opposed to thinking, yeah, things will probably work out okay. That's probably quite good in survival mode, I think, definitely.
Excellent. So what got you into music? What decided you to go, do you know what, I'm going to pick up a guitar, I'm going to start playing? What was that?
There was a couple of things like I remember watching my uncle play guitar when I was younger and thinking that looks dead cool.
It does.
And then it does. Yeah, it still does. It's never going to go out of fashion.
Well, do you know what? I think he's great, and I'm very envious. So if you're a drum, I'm trying to learn the drums, and I'm a long way off, but it's not very often you can go somewhere and pull out a drum kit and start playing, is it? But you go to a party or you go somewhere and you feel like strangling them because they just go, get the guitar out, start playing, start singing tracks that people don't, everyone gets in. I think it is just amazing when you see that and someone just starts jamming a gig, a party or something. I think it's wonderful. To do that is wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good little trick to have up your sleeve, like a good little party trick. I used to be that person, but I don't think I am anymore. I think I'm more like the person who will let somebody else play the guitar at the party now.
Yeah.
Just sit in the corner.
Like
I'm the guy sitting there thinking they don't know that I play guitar. And then everyone else is at the party thinking to themselves, he's absolutely playing. He wants to play the guitar, but he's too shy or something like that.
Yeah, you can get a bit, because I do a lot of video and those, but then sometimes if I go somewhere, I used to do loads of lives and videos and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll go out for the day or something. I won't even do anything because I'm like, I can't be asked, because it's like, it's almost like my day job doing it again. Do you know what I mean? So I do miss out on a lot of content that I should be capturing, because I'm going to think, I'm just going to put that in my pocket. Come back and my wife's took loads of pictures and little videos. I think, oh yeah, good. I could have done something on myself, couldn't I? So yeah. I kind of get it. You can get to the point where you save it for your performance, don't you? Right, let's see what else we've got on here. So you've got gigs planned for the rest of the year, have you? You say?
Yeah, I got a couple in the pipeline. We've got a gig just outside of Sheffield next month, and then a gig in York as well, which is still yet to be announced. And then I think we're planning a bit of a tour in October as well.
Oh,
I think
nice.
we're going for a bigger musical launch in October. Like, we've got a single coming out early June, but I think that's a bit of I shouldn't say this, but it's a bit of a stopgap. Whilst we work on the bigger stuff. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away.
No, you don't have to. So it's a bit of it's a bit of a bridge track then, just bridging you from what you're doing to what keep the momentum going with your fans.
Yeah, it's a want to keep the momentum going. I think that's the best way to put it. Yeah. But yeah, we want to get back we are going to get back in the studio in June, and lay down some more material that's a bit more light fire up your backside kind of stuff.
Oh, no,
this one's a little bit more of just like an easygoing kind of rock song that's coming out in the next month or so, and it's got a really good chorus on it. I really like the song, but it's definitely a stopgap song. It's like a song that you release in between albums for sure.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Lele Records, all a serious question. Who wears the best socks? Told you it was a show of serious questions.
I think Mark, the drummer, he's quite into his fashion and stuff, I'd say. And yeah, I'm sure I've looked at his choice of footwear, not his socks, his shoes, and thought they're really cool. And then I've just noticed this thing peeping out at the top, and I'm sure he's got some really cool socks. So yeah, I'd say Mark. Definitely not me. I'm the one who's just rocking just plain black socks a lot of the time. Yeah, but he's normally got some jazzy numbers on.
Yeah, I like wacky socks. I've got stripy ones. Yeah. I've got one with little googly eyes on. I've always been see, the thing is with the socks, it depends what he does for a job. I used to be in corporate world, and it used to be shirt, tie, suit. So the only thing I could really mess with was my socks.
Yeah, so you're gonna really steer into that craziness, aren't you? With
yeah,
the sock
I've got orange socks. But I need to order some more. But
you can play around with that. Yeah. And do you have lucky socks, Kurt?
No, not really.
No, they're not like a pair of socks that you'll wear like when you're doing a certain thing or something like that.
No, never thought about that. Probably, yeah. I don't even have lucky underpants either. But lucky socks.
I mean, I don't have lucky underpants.
No, but it's a good point. I need to now analyse and get a spreadsheet rocking of all the times I'm lucky when I've got certain socks on. So, but I'm due for some new ones. So I need some wacky socks. So we'll be doing that soon.
getting a bit worn the minute, yeah. So yeah, get
Yeah,
some wacky lucky socks.
I'll batter them. Get the socks rocking. So, what do all the band do? Are you all full time musos, or have you all do you work? And what do you do?
Oh, it's yeah, we've all got day jobs at the minute. Like I work at Newcastle University.
Oh, right, okay.
I
Teaching.
mark the drum. No, I'm in the finance department.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a bit of a finance bro. Not really. And the drummer Mark, he's a mechanic, and he does a lot more kind of like function band stuff as well. So he does like he'll go and play like now and again he'll do like weddings and corporate events and things like that because he's by far and away the best musician in the band, I would say. So he can do all of that stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and yeah, we're a bit in between bass players at the minute as well. So
Oh, right, okay.
we're
Okay.
not really sure what job they're going to have.
Well, all I'll say is they need to fit in the dungarees of the previous bass player.
That is part of the
Yeah.
the job description. Yeah,
What
you have to
size are you,
be
mate?
this
What size
size.
waist are you? What size? How sort of are you? No good.
If
Yeah.
anyone's listening who can play bass and there's a 32 waist, yeah, put your name forward.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, that's a shame. But things move on, don't they? People get whatever reason, bands change. People come, people
Yeah,
go. Same as the
aye,
station. We've had people come and people go, and
yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever reason, but they all help us get to where we actually got to, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. And there's no hard feelings there at all. It's just like life goes on a little bit, and yeah, I'm stuck in my ways doing this more than everyone else.
Coastal Fire Department have been on. He says Coastal Fire Department can't help with the bass player because theirs is shit, so you can't have him either. I
I, I
think
can I can actually say that is incorrect. He is a fantastic bass
he is,
player,
and
and I can vouch for that. I saw him the other week, and he was brilliant.
he's a lovely guy, and they rip the shit out of him, and they say some stuff to him which would, you know what I mean, you'd end up getting arrested for. But the band we went out for the day when they were here, got absolutely wrecked, and it was just a hoot. I had him here all weekend. Imagine me all weekend here, staying in my studio all weekend. It's
I bet
amazing.
that was messy. Yeah.
He was very messy, especially with Ozzy. So Kev B's been on. He does the Kev B section. He says, "I love the track Wear Me Down. What's the inspiration behind the track?"
The inspiration behind Wear Me Down. That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. People have been listening to some of our back catalogue. That's great. Yeah, Wear Me Down was just about like just not giving yourself a chance to breathe and just being very on the go all the time. And probably relates to being a musician in this day and age a little bit in that you are expected to be a jack of all trades, working your socks off it all the time. And whilst there is a lot of benefits to being a workaholic, I feel like, you have to give yourself a breather from time to time. And I feel like Wear Me Down was at the end of me coming towards a period in my life where I was really, really burning the candle at both ends. So yeah, that was the influence behind that.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Lyrically, in any case.
And you're right. You can wear yourself down, and I think sometimes we get on this treadmill, whether it's work, career, whatever we're doing, and we think by keep going, keep going, keep going. I think almost sometimes you're best taking time off because you can refresh, come back with ideas. That's why holidays are great because you've got no crap going on. You go away, think, and then come back. So yeah, it's difficult. I think this will be our last question from Lele Records. He likes this one. Which football team do they support?
Oh, you see, this is a contentious question, as I am a massive Newcastle United fan,
Yeah,
but the drummer Mark is a huge Sunderland fan. And we've managed to get past that
that's amazing.
rivalry of so many years and come together to make some fantastic music. We can put those rivalries aside when it comes to music.
Cool.
But we give each other a little bit of banter about it and all that. But it's pretty safe.
So
Safe term.
So you're fixed on staying in Newcastle, location wise, or you're thinking of what's that about? Because it's a great place, isn't it? If you're from there, it must be a great place to be, really.
Well, it's interesting because the band started in Newcastle in 2018. I moved to Sheffield not long after that,
Right.
and lived in Sheffield until mid last year, mid 2024, and then I've recently come back to Newcastle. So the band's already moved a little bit all over the country, and like I would just commute up the motorway to rehearse and things like that. But the band's very much rooted in on Tyneside now, and I kind of see that changing at any point in the future. But I'm not opposed to moving the band around the country if it comes to it. But it would depend on like personnel changes and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if Mark left for whatever reason, and I was like, oh, I'm looking for a drummer, and the drummer ended up being in Manchester or somewhere, the band might end up being based in Manchester. But at this moment in time, everything's very hunky dory in the world of 1080 Trees, and we are very much northeast based.
I like it. My uncle lives in Durham, and I've been a few times, and I really like the area. I used to live in Doncaster, which is not far from Sheffield as well. So yeah, I sort of get that. It's nice place. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, hang on. Lille Records. He says, "Come to Guernsey." There you go. It's
book with flights.
Hey, tell you what, the flights aren't bad. About 150 quid you can get return for.
Are they not?
Yeah.
Where from though? Where from? Is this from Newcastle International Airport?
You probably could, but we flew from Birmingham. It was about 150 quid return.
That's not terrible, is it? No, that's okay.
No.
Yeah.
Cost us about £1,000 for the weekend by the time we had 2 flights, hotels and booze. It's like the most expensive free gig I've ever been to.
Yeah, I've got a question back, actually. How much is a pint?
I forget now. How much is a pint, Ollie? I can't remember because I did buy some, but bought them in rounds. And
not enough.
I'm not sure, but it's about 5 or 6 quid a pint, I think.
That's standard, I guess. Then,
I think so. I don't think it's excessive.
I was hoping he'd come back with it.
About a fiver.
All right, yeah. So fair enough, yeah. Going rate.
In their local, which I've been in, and just for everyone out there, what was great for me, and it's probably be for your fans as well, so I'll just tell you this little bit. That Coastal have released quite a lot of videos and in and around the area where they live, and in a pub. And I was like, oh, we're in the pub from the track. There's the pool tables, and that's where Ozzy was on. And so I think things like that are just amazing. But you definitely should go over to Guernsey and play some.
Love to. Absolutely love to.
And if you want a nice place, it's £7. So I'm
not about the night stuff.
I just go in. You'd fit right in there local. You'd be all right. Brilliant. Right. Where's the best place for everyone to find you? And do you know what? It's been so nice to talk to you. You're just dead easy to get along with, dead easy to go, I've not had to drag it out you like blood out of a stone. You're really good.
Likewise, Kirk.
So where's the best place for people to find you, interact with you, get to know a bit more about you?
So if you just go on any social media site, we're on all of them, and just type in 1080 Trees, the words, not the numbers, and you'll find us.
Right, and before you go, can you just say this is 1080 Trees and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio? I've got a load of these to do and edit out for me jingles on my show, but over to you.
This is 1080 Trees and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Excellent. It's been absolutely wonderful. Best wishes, Nathan, he said. Speak soon. That's from Ollie from Lille Records. You've been absolutely brilliant, mate. Wish you all the best in the future. Let us know when you're releasing your track. Send it to Janice. We'll get it on the show. And you're more than welcome to come on again and have a chat with us. Let us know what's going on. Let us know if you get a new bassist, etc., etc.
We've got a couple in the pipeline, so yeah, we will do. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming on. We really, really appreciate your time and your energy and what have you. So, thanks, my friend. Absolutely wonderful. That was Nathan from 1080 Trees. We're going to carry on with the show. Cheers, bud. We'll speak to you soon. Keep in touch.